Hey friend, welcome to Soulvine. This is Jamie. We are checking in for your energies, Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising. Let's dive in a little deeper and see what is going on and how we can support your journey today. Just remember everything is, general in nature. So the biggest part I think is let's focus on what you want to manifest. Let's pivot and shift what we don't want to be in and how we can best support each other at this time through this experience, okay? And if you are new here, welcome. Feel connected. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. All right, let's get into it, Pisces. Let's see what is currently going on in terms of the situation. Current situation, thank you, Spirit. We've got the World Energy, the Three of Cups, and the Seven of Pentacles. Seems like there's some opportunity potentially coming in here for you, Pisces. Let's look at the influence. Current influence, you have the Death Energy, the Judgment, and the Two of Cups. Let's have a look at the challenge. Challenge energy, we've got Eight of Cups and Four of Wands. We'll dive in a little bit further. Past, how it's impacting. Got the Chariot, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Empress energy. And then let's have a look at the potential outcome. Potential outcome, we got Seven of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Okay, we'll dive in a little bit more. So let's get into this, Pisces. So right now, in terms of the current situation, you do have the World Energy, the Three of Cups, and the Seven of Pentacles. So something here, again, I feel like is opening up. The World Energy, while that's the end of a cycle, after the World, we step into the full energy. There's just something here that I feel like a new experience or a new entry point to something is opening up. And this Three of Cups could be, being surrounded by more people, being connected to something that you've wanted to be connected to, a new tribe, a new group, but something that you feel, happy about. It could be a new workplace. But this seems to be more about people or community or something of that nature is how the energy is coming across. And with the Seven of Pentacles, it's like you've got this inkling or this feeling, if you go this direction, perhaps with this people or this group or this something, and you put time and energy and effort into it, it's like that something rewarding is going to come your way, That there feels like really good energy around it, whatever or whoever this is. So I'm not sure what you're looking at investing in right now, time, energy, effort. Maybe it is a financial thing. But there's a lot of reward, success, growth, abundance that's showing up here around this. In terms of the influence, you have the Death Energy, the Judgment Energy, and the Two of Cups. So it's interesting that we have the Death Energy under the World, because Death Energy can, as we know it, mean something has been cleared out. It's releasing, I don't know what, the way it's given it to me is baggage. I don't know how much I like that word baggage, but sometimes, it can be that we're carrying things that we shouldn't be carrying anymore. It's not ours, in some respect to that. But whatever this is that you're carrying, I feel like this is what you're letting go, and you're stepping into this new energy, this new experience right now. And this is something that I feel is being called for, being asked of you, or you're just really feeling it in your bones to kind of go that certain direction, because there's also this element too, maybe for some of you, you're connecting with old friends or old communities that you used to be a part of, because Judgment energy can sometimes be coming back around. The World energy could also be in relation to that. I just feel like there's a sense of familiarity, but also a sense of newness when it comes to this, whatever that you're doing or that you're in. And with this Two of Cups, again, there's some connection or relationship or a decision of coming together here. In terms of the challenge, however, you do have the Eight of Cups and the Four of Wands. So this energy is a lot around something either changing or something not feeling fulfilled somewhere. And this could be already about a relationship or a marriage. Maybe some of you are making a choice. Maybe some of you are in a relationship or considering a relationship with another person while you're in a current relationship. Maybe you've got some choice here. Maybe something's moving from friendship to something further. But maybe that's what's going to give you part of the clarity here of where you're feeling fulfilled and where you're not, and whether this is an internal thing, something within yourself that you're experiencing, or the way someone is showing up for you. Something might be misaligned or not feeling, connected there anymore. But there is some change that's going on. There's no doubt here. The Eight of Cups is changing, is shifting, is noticing that something needs to change and shift. The Death energy, change, transformation, the world, change, open up, completion, success, growth. So there's a lot of growth here, which we know that's, seems to be a lot what happens here, Pisces, for you. But as we look at the past too and how it's impacting, there's something that it feels like you move forward with that felt quite stable and where you felt, right in your energy or your presence, and something new that you've started. Something new that you've started here, but there's been like a solid opportunity or solid offer that maybe at some point in time you did pursue and it started to grow. Maybe some of you too, you could have traveled for some form of new work or gone a different direction in something that you wanted to create. Maybe it was a part of you wanting to work for yourself. Maybe some of you move for a relationship of some kind. I feel like there's been movement in the past that you made, but it was based on something significant in terms of its stability and growth. Like you saw opportunity there. Yeah, there's very strong opportunity in the past that you've seen. And maybe now this is where you start seeing the rewards and benefits, I do feel for some of you, this is a lot about something you wanted to pursue. Again, I feel like there's a reach of people, or some position that you're in reaches people on a grander scale. And if it's something that you've been thinking about for a long time, I feel like this is the part forward, but it could be, who are you doing this with? Maybe you want to partner with someone, maybe you're hoping, with the current partnership that you'll be supported here, because it's like you're making a decision or a call here on something, but the difficulty is you want to do something different, and maybe this impacts your current relationship dynamic or your current journey and path that you're on. It's like you're wanting to create the change. When we look at terms of the outcome, we do have the Seven of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Seven of Wands can also be further challenge, it can also be about I'm feeling with this energy. Sorry, I was just connecting further into it. What I'm feeling with this energy is that it's like you may not be willing to go a certain direction until something is very clear to you, until something makes sense, or you've got some clarity and truth for you to move forward in that certain direction, because that's what's showing up as the influence. And as I said, the challenge is showing something needs to change. Maybe you're waiting for someone to, who's expressed, how they're feeling about something, and maybe you're waiting to see what action they're going to take towards you. But there's definitely something here, like I said, about this truth, this clarity, this path forward here. And whether you want to keep it open, whether you want to talk, whether you want to close it off, this is something that I feel is a big part of the equation right now. I mean, I do see a strong connection, whatever the situation is about. A very solid choice, but I feel like you're worried about someone or something as part of this equation. Because I feel whatever decision you're making or whatever path that you're going, this impacts someone. And I'm not sure the significance of that for you right now, Pisces, like what that may mean, you know, and at what scale. If it's someone very close to you, or if it's someone, you know, you've got to have a conversation with at the workplace, or it's someone that you want to get closer to, or, you know, you want to open up to a certain group or people, maybe gain some support here. This could also be you standing your ground on wanting to move forward with something, and that's just how you feel about it, and that's what you're going to share, you know, to whomever this person or situation is about. It's like, well, this is where I'm going. This is what I want to do. You know, I'm going to step up to the plate here. You can either come with me, join me, support me, or you don't have to, you know. But again, there's a lot on change and a lot on pushing through in terms of this energy. This is change, this is change, this is change, this is change. They're all very positive energy, but it doesn't, you know, even though they're positive energy, supportive energy, I feel like it does naturally require effort. It does require discernment, and also certain things letting go and allowing certain things to open up. And what letting go is can be many different things, you know. It's, you know, learning new things to go a certain way. Maybe it's having conversations you didn't really want to have. Maybe, you know, but I just feel you're so drawn to whatever this thing is or person or situation that you're going towards. I feel you feel very drawn towards it. And that's why it's just like, this is where I'm going. I really believe in what I'm doing, where I'm going. And maybe this will create a really positive change for your family. But maybe you're worried about, you know, someone else's beliefs or what they put on you on how things should be done. I just feel like if you're worried about that, I feel like it's going to be okay, you know. I know change around the home front, around, especially if you've got kids and things like that, but it's something significant for you that does bring this to the family, you know. That can be a positive thing, but maybe you've got a lot of changes going on right now just in every area of your life, you know, and trying to manage that hasn't been an easy thing. But I feel you're on a good run here, whatever this is. I just think naturally with it, though, there could be people or situations where you're the one who has to make a decision, but also as part of that decision, you do have to make some changes with it. And that's what could be the little part of concern that you're dealing with in terms of the influence and the challenge here right now, Pisces, okay? But from, you know, whatever the past is that's impacting you today, it all seems like you were on the right path to something, or the decisions that you're making or whatever you were driving forward that felt really strong, really stable, you know, and a lot of potential in growth here. I feel like that's what's opening up. It's a lot of your hard work finally opening up, a lot of your determination, a lot of your whatever efforts you've been putting in the past, and maybe you felt like you weren't making progress. I feel like this is kind of letting you know, let's go. This is here now. So it's time to decide. It's time to decide who you're doing with, if this is the right person, the right people in your life, if you need to, you know, network more or connect with a newer relationship, or look at opportunities now. Maybe you're ready to get into, you know, a romantic relationship if you've been focused a lot more on work or driving something, you know, growing something in your own life around your own home life, your own work, whatever that may be. The energy just feels really open and really supportive, and I like that for you. But I think just naturally, you know, there's some decisions to make on the way, and what those decisions are ultimately up to you. You have free will, but I feel in terms of the outcome and what Spirit's kind of saying to you is stay progressive, stay on point to what you do believe in, you know, and protect that. however you need to, and be honest with yourself on what that is and what that means. It's not, closing something off and just going, this is what I'm doing, and slamming the door. It's, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm going for. And you feeling confident in it, you really believe in it, and that's your truth, right? And I think that's a beautiful thing, Pisces. So I'm going to leave it there, dear friend. Check out the extended, I should say the bonus energy that's in the collective for those of you that are in there. There's a career one that has been released. I think it was supposed to be released a couple of days ago, but I'm not sure what happened there. So that's now been dropped, and I look forward to catching up with you soon, dear friend. Take it easy. Bye.